Testing. Everybody out there, anybody on the stream, just let me know if you can hear me, if the volume's good. We're trying to get everything back up and running. It's blowing the dust off the live streaming equipment. We've had some challenges today. Apparently the internet's changed since the last time we were here. So let me know if you can hear me. Everything's good. And we're going to get painting. Well, you're going to be able to see me painting because we got to work because I've been painting now for a few minutes. But let me know if you can hear me again. Thank you guys for joining us. My name is David Lozeau. I'm a Southern California-based Day of the Dead style artist.
Okay, Instagram, Rocking Hummingbird says they can hear you. So
hey, Hummingbird, thanks you. Appreciate it.
We're good on there. Facebook, Christine says she can hear you, and Lisa said they can hear you on Facebook.
All right,
We're good there.
everybody can hear me.
What a bummer.
It's been a challenge. Yeah, you win. You get to hear me. It's really lose-lose. But thank you for joining me. Appreciate it, guys. It's been a little while, so been a minute, as kids say. So I had to.
Okay, good. Jimmy, Scott, Shannon, everybody can hear. Okay,
all right, good.
Good.
We're here.
Your mic's pretty hot.
Is it?
Well, I mean, no, not bad. Don't touch it. But it's.
That's your job.
It's very. Did you do something to it?
I did not do anything to it.
Okay.
Do I keep my voice down then? So it doesn't get so.
You did something. Okay. So over on Instagram, NFC52863, first time caller, is saying, awesome job. Will you be at the Tempe Art Festival this weekend?
Hey, NFC, thank you so much for joining the stream. Unfortunately, we will not be at the Tempe Art Festival. We have retired from in-person art festivals and shows. It was always our goal to kind of get off the road, and the pandemic was a nice, great chance for us to jump off. So we are going to miss it. Tempe was my favorite show. The Tempe Tucson run was my favorite run. So I will miss those shows. I've seen everybody out there. It's such a great time all those years. I mean, it was, 10 years, 15 years of being out there?
Yeah.
So it's quite a change. You get that itch all of a sudden this time of year, like, shouldn't we be somewhere? So we will miss you guys. So we will not be there. But again, you can find everything online. But we will miss being out at the show.
SMD Oceanside on Instagram says your art is all over my house.
Thank you, S&D Oceanside. Appreciate stalking your house.
And Christine over on Facebook says, I won't be able to stay long, but I love your work and the shipping department.
Thank you, Christine. Shipping department appreciates your kind words. We're up here without them right now. Because we anticipated there'd be some issues with the stream, and we need full focus, so they were left behind. So they're with their dog babysitter down at the house right now.
Move your head back just a smidge.
You'll wait 1 second.
Wonder Woman Whitman says, I miss seeing you at Tempe. Have a bunch of your art, and I love your work.
Thank you, Wonder Woman. Appreciate it. Again, we'll miss some Tempe.
Very weird not to be doing it. It really still is. Scott says, morning from Australia.
Thank you, Scott. Good morning. Yeah, we tried to move the stream up a little bit to give everybody a chance to be able to see it. We normally do a little later, so we wanted to kind of move it up so it would kind of be equal opportunity offenders.
Alicia says, I love the over-the-shoulder point of view.
Thank you. Good. I'm trying to keep my big stupid head out of the way of the over-the-shoulder point of view, so.
Stupid head.
It's a challenge.
Scott says, I still have the bottle of tequila on my shelf that I hand-delivered from the UK. Nice work. Sneaking booze in.
Hand-delivered.
That might be the most Australian thing I've heard. Nicole says, love your work. Will we see more with the Diamond Art Club?
Nicole, we hope so. You know, it's kind of what they want to run with, and it's been. We have lots of partnerships and licensing agreements, and some we get a lot of say, and we know what's going on. Other ones, stuff just shows up, and they're one of those ones, stuff just kind of shows up. So we'd like to do more. We just don't have any say, and we've kind of told them, hey, we like it, let's do more. So we're just kind of at their mercy. If you really want to see stuff, it doesn't hurt to drop an email and say, hey, we'd like to see more by the amazing artist David Lozeau. So what are you doing?
Do they have to say it like that?
Yeah, probably. It helps me.
Cool.
CC me on that.
Cool. Cool. Not weird at all. Rocking Hummingbird on Instagram says, love all your artwork displayed in Old Town. Love the pic you're working on.
Oh, thank you, Rocking Hummingbird. Appreciate it. Yeah, we love having stuff in Old Town. We've been there, again, for years. one of the favorite places to go down in San Diego too. If you haven't been, if you're coming to San Diego, I encourage you to definitely swing through Old Town.
Jimmy says, I saw your art in Prescott and I'll be ordering some soon.
Oh, thank you, Jimmy. Thanks for checking the gallery out in Prescott. We will be out there. I'll be doing live demo at Christmas time again this year. So if you want things signed, anything you've purchased throughout the year, if you want to bring it by and come get it personalized and signed, and I'll be live painting and everything. That's during the Christmas break. Usually I believe this year it's the 13th, 14th, 15th, something like that. But you'll see me post here. But just if you have stuff throughout the year you want signed, by all means, plan on bringing it up there for Christmas break.
Stacy Allen on Instagram. Haven't heard from her for a while.
Stacy.
She says she was just in San Diego and was happy to see your art still in Old Town.
Thank you, Stacy. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming to San Diego and hanging out.
Stacy, are you going to be heading to the Arizona wing of Tienda?
The Arizona wing.
I bet you know the scoop. So Nicole, more on the Diamond Art Club, are you exclusive with them, or could we see your artwork in other places?
We are not exclusive with them. You could see our work in other places. We do have a variety of licensing deals, not Diamond Club, but some fun, really fun stuff that we're working on for some new products coming out later in the year. So you'll see details here of that. But as for Diamond stuff, we have no exclusivity with them. We would love to do more, and if other Diamond places approach us, we'll always listen.
Yeah. Alan Kaufman says, hey, David.
Alan Kaufman. Alan, what are we working on right now? What's the
that?
project? I live through Alan's projects.
Jorge says, love your artwork. Super dope style. Keep it up.
Thank you, Jorge. Thanks for hanging in the stream. Appreciate it.
So, Stacey Allen's already back in Idaho.
Back in Idaho.
Back into the colds.
Ugh.
Although, if you were out here in San Diego, did you hit it at the weirdest, rainiest?
Yeah, I didn't move out to San Diego for what we're getting right now.
No.
So now it's expensive and bad weather? You can only be one. Pick one.
That's not right. Jess from Arizona, I think you remember her, says, hi, David.
Oh, hello. Thanks for hanging out on the stream, making the Arizona jump.
And Ben, always bringing you back down to earth, says, what's up, old man?
Oh.
Oh, no.
Man.
Boo,
Where's Ben? Where's Ben?
Ben has a life because he's a teen.
Oh.
We're old and boring. Ben doesn't have time for us.
He's like, I'm doing cool stuff and...
Old man. Just as love this. Miss seeing you guys. Yeah, we miss heading out there. We're just talking about missing Tempe, but we miss Tucson, and it's just so weird not being out there. It really is.
Yeah, it's part of our travel life for so long.
Yeah, it was just something we did. It wasn't even a consideration.
I'm gonna try and stay out of the shot here. It's just a little. Let me
get out of the shot.
Just let me be in the way for a minute here.
Ben says I've been working on my cars. Sorry. Oh, well,
Ben.
Too cool for us.
Wait a second, Ben. Like driving cars?
That's what it sounds like.
No, get out of here.
Jimmy says, come to Vegas. We have an amazing art district downtown Las Vegas.
Vegas. Yes, you do.
Yeah. I know. We were really starting to consider more Nevada shows. We did Boulder City for, maybe about 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
And we were considering doing more shows a few years ago. And then right when the pandemic hit, it was like, got to make some decisions about travel and shows
and I like to work in my jammies.
Yeah,
so
would we rather
that's
be
always the goal.
Home, sleeping late. Yeah, Rocking Hummingbird saying it's so weird to have it cold and wet like this in San Diego.
Ugh.
I'm sure Old Town has been pretty dead, I would guess.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Move your head, man.
I told you, I'm going to be here for a minute.
Move your head. And Rocking is asking any San Diego appearances coming up.
So my only San Diego appearance that's booked right now is I will be at Oceanside Day of the Dead.
Oof, in October?
End of October. Yeah. So that's pretty far away. Nothing else booked up as of yet. So.
Gee, guy, you don't get out much.
Yeah.
Craig says, "Hey, hope you're well."
Hey, Craig, how's it going, man?
And Scott is saying, are you coming back to Australia one day? Gosh, I hope so.
We hope so.
Our buddy, who the last time we were in Australia, who was out there doing a music tour, He has like a really super fun rockabilly swing.
Walt and the Psycho DeVilles.
Yeah, Walt and the Psycho DeVilles. He's doing several stops out there.
Yeah, he's doing a full tour. He just messaged me to brag.
Yeah, bummer. So he's getting to go back, and so if you're into that scene, the custom car scene, and the kind of the rockabilly music, he is a great performer.
He is a wonderful show. You will not want to miss. If you can see Walt and the Psycho DeVilles, you definitely should. One of the best live shows. Even if you don't even love rockabilly music, it is a fun time. That man can put on a show.
Oh, he's great. Like, just gets the crowds dancing, and super, super, super fun. So I'm a little sad he gets to be there, not us. Boo.
But yes, we would love to come back out again. We enjoy doing the solo show a couple years in a row out there.
Yeah, hopefully. Michael is saying, I'm heading to San Diego in June. Looking forward to adding another to the wall. Yeah, hopefully June we'll be done with all this BS rain. And you'll never see rain again after this month, I hope. Should be nice. Oh, so Justice... Oh, that's right. I knew that. They moved to Atlanta. They moved to Atlanta when we were still visiting Tucson. Remember
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yep, that's right.
It's all a blur.
Yeah, I remember that. They moved to Atlanta. That's right. But she said she went by Prescott a few years ago and saw your stuff.
Excellent.
So Ben has a Japanese imported R32. I don't know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And a 1967 Camaro. Ben's killing it.
Ben.
What's an R32? Do you know what an imported R32 is? Is that a car or a motorcycle?
It's a car.
It's a car. What you talking about?
He's Fast and Furious, Erica.
What is it? Is it fast? Is it furious?
He's Fast and Furious.
And fast. Gosh, I don't know jack about cars. Craig is laughing at you for complaining about the weather.
Yeah.
FYI. Oh, Priscilla will be in San Diego on Thursday at a cruise stop, and then they get to go to Old Town. Oh, that's fun.
That's great.
A nice way to do San Diego. Just a nice little quick in and out, and yeah, for sure. Your big head's in the way.
I know it is. My head's gonna be in the way for a moment as I do her hair.
All we saw was the back here.
My shoulder's killing me trying to lean in here. Hold on.
What
I'm gonna go to this side.
Doing?
I'm going to this side.
Oh, that's natural.
Is that better?
Yeah, I like the face shot of you. All I see is the little glasses.
Is the head out of the way though, at least?
Oh no, weirdo. Dan Martin says hi, y'all.
Dan Martin. Speaking of Tempe.
Excuse me, Scottsdale.
Oh yeah, exactly. You don't wanna.
Pardon me. Dan, don't let him put you in a Tempe corner. It's rude. Don't do that to baby.
So let me do this part here and I'll move my head back out of the way.
Ben is talking crazy car stuff and I don't understand it. The R32 had a piston blow through the engine block. And then the Camaro needed some body work. I don't know what that all means.
All I know is that Ben is cars now.
Something blew through something and blew something up. Your head is still in there.
I know, it's going to be the way to do her. Or I leave her hair and I do it offline later.
No.
So let me do this part here and then I will get the F out of the way.
Ben agrees with my assessment of what happened. The thing blew up a thing and went through it.
Yeah.
Yep. Obviously.
Does that mean Ben's all grown up now? No more airsoft? He's just doing all money for the cars now.
Michael Barnes at Instagram's liking what you're doing here.
Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it.
If you can just see over the head.
I know.
Glasses. What's going on here? There's a painting. Go to the other side. Good God.
It's tough, and I can't get in there.
What is happening?
Coming to that side in a moment.
Rocky Hummingbird is saying it looks great. Thanks for sharing your awesome talent live. My daughter has 2 of your pieces at home. Aww.
Very cool. Well, thank your daughter for collecting the art.
Ben says, I'm getting into drifting and stunt driving. Wow. Boom. For you.
Ben is all grown up.
I want to do that.
Driving
We went to SEMA, with big kind of car industry, mechanics industry event in Vegas. What was it, about 4 years ago? They had live drifting demos and stuff like that with like professional drivers. So you would stand in line, 3 or 4 people to a car, got to be driven around a course by a professional, like sponsored type of drifter. It was a blast. It was banana. Like I saw it and I was like, oh, this is cool. This looks fun. I'll stand in line for 10 minutes, sign the waiver, no problem, whatever. I'm sure it's fun, but when you're in the car and the guy has total control and you are everywhere, it's, my God, that is so much fun.
And you may ask me if I had fun too, but I was working.
Dave was inside painting, doing a live demo, and I'm like, burp, burp.
She comes in, oh, it was so much fun. I'm like, oh, that sounds great.
Oh,
that's good for you.
It was like being slingshotted across a parking lot. Like it was like a roller coaster. It was so cool. That was the coolest thing.
Coolest
Super
thing.
fun. Couldn't get the smile off my face.
Coolest thing.
Dave would have loved it.
Yeah. Dave was working.
Joey is saying, do you have any work in the Cheech Museum?
The Cheech
Well,
Museum.
Dave being a widow.
Yeah. Being a widow, I do not have any work in the Cheech Museum. The Cheech Museum is awesome. I love the work he's collected. And it takes someone like that to make that happen.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, because his whole thing is to promote the Chicano culture, and that's not for you, pal. You don't get to be there.
Nope.
Oh my gosh, get your head out of the way. Oh no.
I'm telling you, I can't do any of this stuff on her without being in the way. You should see how I'm sitting.
Carolyn says, watching this video, I'm getting Mr. Claire vibes. Do you know what that means? I don't know what that means. Mr. Claire.
It's obviously someone from my high school.
Mr.
Claire, my art teacher.
I'm so impressed with your talent, David. Good for you.
What's the name?
Carolyn Manning?
It must be a married name.
Uh-oh, what is that? Is this a high school friend?
It must be a high school person.
Oh, so you had an art teacher,
Mr. Claire. Mm-hmm. And I searched for him years ago when I was
Norton?
No, Carolyn Norton, yep.
Yeah.
There we go. That's high school.
That's so cute. Oh, fun. So this implies that you weren't doing work while in class. This implies
No, he was an art teacher. He was this late. He didn't care. He's the class that the art kids would go hang out and avoid other things with.
That's fun.
Just a 60s hippie.
Oh.
Super nice.
Maybe someday you could be that like hippie, ridiculous teacher that doesn't actually teach. Like, you know what I mean? You just
but then I deal with kids and I don't like that part.
No, that's not great. No, that's not great. Maybe you teach the elderly.
Ugh.
We need to have more patience.
Ugh.
Who will you teach then? Who's acceptable? Who do you have the patience?
Puppies.
Puppies?
Yeah.
A puppy painting class.
Puppy painting class.
Fantastic. Maybe like those dog yoga classes. There are puppies and cats present.
Yes.
But they are humans that you are teaching.
Just don't try and the elderly. That doesn't sound like a good mix at
Sorry,
all.
I was trying to pick people that would like put up with your stories.
Only because they can't hear me.
Yeesh. Adam Washburn says, looks great, brother.
Hey, Adam. All the locals, all the regulars showing up for the stream.
Stinky says you are the elderly. You can't teach the elderly.
Yes, that is fair. That is fair enough.
When is the head going to shift to the other side?
Am I blocking it?
Yeah, well, you see a hand and glasses sticking up, and then on your face cam you just see this big ball.
All right, we're just going to avoid that part. We're just going to skip that part then.
No. Oh, God.
Going to skip that part. You don't get to see it. And this stream will not contain her being finished then.
No.
I can't get over there.
Switch hands. Paint with your right hand. How hard could that be?
I'm blessed.
Everybody paints with their right
I'm
hand.
a blessed left-hander, and you're gonna try and change my shit to your
I'm just
boring,
saying everybody else can do it. So.
to your boring right-handed junk.
Watch
My gift was
turned a total crap.
My gift was given to me by the devil. I'm going to enjoy it.
No.
Glieben, glaben, gluben, glaben.
That's right.
All right, I'm gonna have to shift.
What's happening?
I just mixing paint.
All right.
Trying to paint where I'm allowed to paint.
Okay.
Which there are not many places.
I'm gonna say if I was watching on Instagram, I'd be like, "Why?"
I would have turned off.
Screen
I would have turned off a while ago.
is the screen frozen?
This guy sucks.
Why isn't he a stupid fat
This
head in there?
guy sucks. Well, his fat head in there. I don't even know if he's live.
How will we know? There we go. Here's the sad part about not having the puppy cam. I wasn't able to. Daisy over on Facebook just said Def Leppard. Okay, Daisy, this explanation is for you. For some reason today, Dave says the Wunder Gleben Glaben Gruben thing, and he goes something to the effect of like, which band is that? And I'm like, Def Leppard. He's like, no, it's Offspring.
No, what? No. What I said.
Offspring took it from Def Leppard, and he was indignant about this.
I did not indignant. I said I don't know that's true.
I don't know that's true. I'm like, of course it's true. I just don't remember which song it's from, but we'll figure it out, whatever. But had to prove my point. Thank you for knowing it was Def Leppard. We all knew it was Def Leppard.
I was mischaracterizing that story.
It's not a great story, but it's a story that proves that I'm right, and it's.
But I also feel like you're trying to undersell your love of
Offspring.
Of Offspring.
Yeah, weird side story. Because of all the events we used to do, a lot of these events, they would have a skate ramp, or they'd have a huge list of bands. A lot of tattoo shows and stuff. The really big ones have bands. Have bands that maybe were famous 10 years ago or so, but still they're fun to listen to. And Offspring was there one year. And is in Long Beach, and we're packing up the booth, and then the band comes on. It's like 10 at night, whatever. We're old, we're tired, we want to go to bed, and we're like, I know that song. That's a good song. I like that song. And then the next one they play, and the next one, we end up knowing like 10 or so, 15 songs. We're like, are we Offspring fans, and we just don't know it? Like, we really enjoyed the concert. We don't own any of their music, but at the end of it, we're like, I think we're fans. So. Offspring has followed us ever since. It's kind of a
tough moment when you realize you're a closeted Offspring fan.
You're a closeted Offspring fan. And I bet half the people on this feed are like, who the hell's Offspring?
Yeah.
It's very 90s, man. Very 90s. Maybe even worse that I was referencing Def Leppard. My God, there could be people that don't even know what that means. That's how old we are.
Mm-hmm.
That's how old.
Rocket!
Tragic stories that were all terrible.
Not as cool as Ben.
Can't all be drifters. Your head's starting to creep in again.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Because you have to focus on the boobies.
You gotta get the boobs right.
Ben says, I've done some tandem drifting with some YouTubers as well. That's cool. That's cool.
Man, we are uncool.
I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'm sure it's a shortened name, but T Pava over on Instagram. Hello from Brazil.
Hey, T Pava, sorry if we screwed your name up.
T Pava? Daisy is saying pretty fly for a white guy.
Mm-hmm.
Not Dave, but yeah. I'm telling you, you go through the Offspring catalog, and I think you'll be maybe pleasantly surprised or horrified by how much
I think pleasantly surprised is the word you want to use there.
You'll be surprised by how much you know.
You'll be surprised.
How you know the lyrics, and you're like, why is this? Melissa Comstock in the house. Mel Marcom.
Mel Marcom. Can always count her.
She's typing, I return, am, and return here. The Comstock has come back to the live feed. Just hugs to you all.
Thank you for joining us.
To you, miss.
Sorry it's been so long.
It has been long. Yeah, oof. We had some major technical difficulties. Must have been an update on one of the pieces of software that talks to the other software, etc. It's much more complicated to live stream to multiple channels than you'd think. And so this just went wrong for like 20 minutes, half hour. But we got it now. That's perfect, except for Dave's head.
What the Am I in the way?
Yeah. There's more bald head that I want to see.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah. Well, that's right. Melissa said, and now me sporting a tattoo of your art. Yeah, that really cute. Be mine.
Yep.
Super cute.
My hand hurts from this weird painting angle. This big dumb camera in the way. All right, let me do his face at least. Let's get the freaked out lines done. Lines that keep me up at night.
Ben says I can see through your glasses. You have some bad vision.
Ah.
It does look really trippy through your glasses.
Yeah, you're like it doesn't start a fire or the prism in the sun.
Oh, goodness.
I yell at you all to get off my lawn. This keeps up.
When you start painting with like a monocle or a huge magnifying glass, that's when it's gone really, really wrong.
No, when I start doing, 20-foot paintings, which is sitting behind me. I have an 8-foot painting we just finished.
Scott says, I was going to ask about tattoos.
Tattoos. So, feel free to get anything of mine tattooed. And tag me in the picture so I can check it out when you're done. As for custom tattoo design, I no longer do custom tattoo design. But if you wanted a painting, you want to commission a painting that you then get tattooed, we can always do that.
Daisy's asking, how many social media platforms are you painting this on? So this gets pushed out to the quote-unquote business Facebook site, which is really very similar to the personal Facebook site. So there's two. Twitter, in case anybody's there. I don't know if they're. Twitch, LinkedIn, YouTube. Am I missing anybody? And Instagram.
Instagram.
I think that's, so I think 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm missing somebody, 7 total.
You got LinkedIn, you got Twitch, you got YouTube.
Yep. 2 Facebooks. It's just easier. It's kind of a weird setup, but then it just goes to wherever anybody is. So you don't have to jump around. Although Instagram has a very narrow, because they're portrait always, they have a real narrow view of the painting.
Yeah, if you're watching on Instagram,
yeah.
If you're watching Instagram, I encourage you to go to YouTube or the Facebooks to watch the stream if you want to see the full piece of artwork. Unfortunately, Instagram makes you crop.
Yeah. And normally we have a puppy cam where Dave's, which you can't see on Instagram, but on the other streams you can see Dave's face. We often put the dogs, a live cam of the dogs there, but they're just so pent up because of the rain. I think they would just destroy the studio, so I left them with the babysitter. Ben says, are you on MySpace for old people like you?
See, Ben, that's the best joke you've had today. You get to stay.
Are you on MySpace? Damn it. How come I'm not
I love someone who's clearly never even seen MySpace making a MySpace
no.
joke. Well done, Ben.
Why am I not on MySpace? Why can't I add it?
But we could play our own music on there.
Did you ever have a MySpace?
I never did.
I didn't either. I wasn't.
But the good thing about people always say was you could play your own music, you know, before the licensing was all weird. You could just play any songs you wanted on there. So when people went to your page, you could have a song play.
Yes, and I remember the really, really weird bad customization.
Oh my god, and everything was
Like,
flashy
so
and weird.
Pushnicky's asking, are you going to switch to YouTube? This goes to YouTube.
We won't switch. We'll do all of them all the time.
It goes to all of them at the same time, at the same rate. I think it really only saves the whole video kind of to YouTube, and then we sometimes Dave will recut the video to do like a
quick cut shorty version. So you can see
like
it.
a nice version of it. Rather
Time
than
lapse.
all the stupid talking. Yeah, that kind of thing. Pushnicky says I'm still using dial-up. Can you imagine? To watch your MySpace. I just couldn't get into MySpace. It was just so frustrating. Although so is Facebook. I wouldn't be on it if I didn't have to be.
Yeah.
God. I wouldn't be on any of them if I didn't have to be. Oh, Scott says, didn't know you were on YouTube. Subscribed. Cool, thanks, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah, I mean, so you can watch this here, and then again, recut videos and time lapses and stuff like that is always there, so that's kind of good. Shorts and that kind of thing. Does the skeleton shave? Looks like he has a stubble.
Here's a little stubble. Just probably putting that in there.
Mm-hmm.
Things you do in the drawing are like, oh, let's put 80 bullets on his vest.
Seems like a good idea.
Oh, man. So those OG followers, let's see, we'll probably say 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
This piece,
God, more probably.
if not more.
Yeah.
So this is actually a repaint of a piece I did maybe even 15 years ago.
Ooh, yeah. I would say it was like 2008 or 9. It was one of your first paintings.
One of the first paintings, yeah, one of the first ones we had multiple prints of.
Yeah, and it just needed a refresh. Needed a.
Yeah, need a fun way to get back in there.
Yeah. Ben says I would get an original, but I blow my money on my cars. Ben, swear to God,
Ben?
you're killing me today. That's pretty typical of car guys, though. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
We used to go to car shows. You know, I mean, just your whole everything goes to the cars. There's always something blowing up on the freeway. Adrian is saying, can I share this live video on my Facebook page? Yeah, I mean, of course.
Share anything, always.
Yeah.
We appreciate that, yeah.
Scott says, spent all my money on a BMW motorcycle. Yep. When the garage stuff is your hobby, oh my, there's not a lot of room for much else.
What kind of BMW motorcycle do we have?
What kind of motorcycle do you have, Scott? Cody Brown is here.
Cody Brown, blast from the past.
Sheesh.
No one has spent longer looking over my shoulder besides Erica than Cody Brown.
But I got paid.
You got paid.
Scott says an R1250 GS.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense to you. R1250 GS.
Nice. We have only one bike now. We have a Euro with a sidecar. We used to have a 68 Norton Commando cafe'd out, which I loved. Love that bike. We've had Triumphs.
Scrambler. Yeah. The sidecar is way more fun for me.
The sidecar is a lot of fun. I totally get that. I mean, it's really easy, tough to compete with how fun that is.
Get your head out of the way.
I'm not gonna do the whole side of the painting then. I'm not sure you're getting this.
So Scott's saying he had Harleys, but they call the GS the old man bike.
Ah.
Does that mean kind of like a big tank?
More of a cruiser.
Yeah, I get that. And Ben said he just recently bought a little Honda Grom.
Those are trouble-making bikes.
Raquel, she says she misses us.
Oh my gosh. What name is she using?
Prepare yourself. Rilo is almost 10.
Jeez. What name is Raquel using for her login?
Yeah, are you still going by multiple names?
Yeah, do I know to keep track of who?
Oh, do you remember lifting her in the air at your solo show?
Oh.
Like Lion King? Do you remember that? Like, she's like, one and a half, I don't know, maybe two. Maybe two.
It was nothing.
Oh, she's a baby. Oh,
holy
she's
cow,
so cute.
10.
Isn't that crazy? My God. We've seen, doing shows and stuff, we've seen couples meet in the booth, get married, propose in the booth.
There's been a few.
Get married, right? We've had a few proposals. Then have babies. Like, we've seen, like, the lifespan of, like, a couple. It's pretty trippy to see so much.
And we've seen the end of relationships.
We've seen the end.
We've seen come with their other new people, and we don't know their names.
Yep, we've seen people come in the booth with the new person, and we're like, hey, where's, we're not talking about that person? Okay. That's
Weird
funny.
life on the road.
Oh my God. I do miss booth shenanigans.
Yeah.
Booth proposals were tough. That was very stressful.
Stressed me out.
That stressed me out a lot, yeah.
We had somebody steal from the booth, and I have to go tackle them. We had some fun stuff in the booth.
Yeah.
Those are some fun times.
Yeah.
Had an explosion happen next to the booth.
An explosion, not in our booth, but next to it, yeah. Oh God. It's too funny. I have to say, if Raquel is still here, my favorite thing you ever said, and I don't know why, I never forget that. You're like, why do white people have so many windows at their house? There's so many windows at their house. I think about that all the time. Oh God. I don't know why that always makes me laugh.
And it's true, white people have a lot of windows in their house.
Whenever I'm feeling very, like, impressed with our house and the window situation, I always think of that. This is one of the funniest things I've ever heard. Oh, crap. She's like, I can't believe you remember that. Oh, my God. Oh, crazy funny. Oh, that's cute. Daisy said her parents used to ride motorcycles all the time. Not so much anymore, but her dad last time he rode his bike was last year, and he'll be 93 this year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Good on him.
That's awesome getting out there.
Good on him. That's great.
Oh, Adrian said she learned about you a few years ago from Fritz and Johnson from Whiskey Dick.
I remember those guys.
And she says she's been a bit of fan ever since.
Speaking of funny dudes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Where was that from?
It was another event like you're talking about. I don't remember where they were playing.
Was it that skate event in Huntington Beach or was it Ink and Iron?
It feels Ink and Iron to me.
Oh God,
Because remember, we got a bunch of their. I got a bunch of their. They gave me a bunch of. It must have been Ink and Iron because they gave me a bunch of. Their bandanas, and it was when Fat Mike came by.
Oh, so it was Ink and Iron.
It was Ink and Iron.
So it was Long Beach.
Yeah, Long Beach.
Oof, at least 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Adrian, you've been around for a long time. Oh, that's funny.
Because Fat Mike wanted to do a album thing, and it never happened. And now they're.
I do remember. I kind of miss those shows because you do hear a lot of bands.
And that was a great selection. I mean, people we loved. They just were great.
Yeah, a lot of rockabilly, a lot of punk, local LA, Long Beach.
Yeah.
What do we gotta do?
I remember when Suicidal Tendencies played.
Yep.
And the whole crowd came in looking like Suicidal Tendencies.
That was interesting because growing up in Southern California, I loved Suicidal Tendencies. I really liked punk and stuff, and so to be at Ink and Iron, I mean, this is like 12 years ago now, but Suicidal Tendencies was the headliner on the Saturday night for this huge tattoo show in Long Beach. So you can just the custom cars
at the Queen Mary.
At the Queen Mary, all the rockabilly people. I mean, Long Beach was quite the scene for cool people, and Suicidal Tendencies is the headliner, and like the whole mood shifted, right? Like come 10 o'clock, kind of the rockabilly scene dissipated a little bit. Everybody's hammered. It's a real party type of scene. But like the Suicidal Tendencies fans came in, and all of a sudden it's just
shit got real.
Kind of intense feeling, just. I mean, they were there all day. I don't know what they were off doing, but you see all the bandanas come in.
All of a sudden, everyone's hat got flat, and bandanas gave in. Yeah.
It all became real Long Beach feeling, right? Like, no, there weren't any fights or anything, but it just started feeling intense. You're like, this whole crowd shift. That was fun, though. Oh, God. We got to see so many bands. That was funny.
That was the most fun show. I missed that show.
It was fun.
The cars were so good.
Yeah.
They had it's called the Dome. There was a big indoor building, and the car show was all just like customs and beautiful high-end customs, just beautiful cars and just really a fun time. The kind of time I would sneak away and try and catch some bands on the small stage and go check out the cars. Just a lot of stuff going on. When you do so many shows all the time, you kind of lose that. Shows lose their coolness to you. I got another show, but
like a band will even go on, and you're like, I don't have time to see that band. I'm working, right?
Yeah. I mean, The Cure played, and we both loved the Cult. The Cult played, we both enjoyed them, and didn't even get a chance to get over there. But that show was always awesome.
Do you remember? I think they're called the Pine Box Boys.
Pine Box Boys, I got the songs on my thing. Yeah.
How often do you get to see Psychobilly?
Psychobilly,
and what was the...
Horrorbilly.
Uh-huh. Right?
The Wormhole Hooker song, all that stuff.
So when you're rockabilly, okay, people know what that music is, but when you're in such an area that likes that music, and now you're two different themes deep. You know what I mean? You got Psychobilly and Horrorbilly. You've got the Taco Billy. You've got like the whole kind of rockabilly offshoots. It was really, really cool to kind of hear everybody's take on that. That was very eye-opening. Having grown up with that music around me, I actually didn't hear such depth. I didn't know there were so many
variations.
So many variations. Like Horrorbilly is funny and weird, right? So if you know what rockabilly sounds like, these guys sing songs that are kind of horror-based, right? Like it's kind of gets a little bit more country. And then the stuff they're singing about is deathy, but funny. I don't even
like goth rockabilly almost.
Yeah, I don't know how to. I encourage anybody who thinks music is like that's fun to find out more about horrorbilly.
Pine Box Boys are a good one. You can find them on Spotify.
Could you?
Yeah, they're my thing.
So strange.
I still listen to them.
Yeah.
And because we were across from that one smaller stage where they all played, we could listen to them while vending and painting. Those are the good side of shows. There's it's a lot of work, it's a lot of stuff, but just being able to see people and share the artwork, but that kind of see these bands are a lot of fun parts that we'll miss. But if we do any more shows, I'll make sure to put it on my MySpace. Let everybody know.
Rachel says, we absolutely love your art. We show everyone in our tattoo shop. That's nice.
Thank you, Rachel. Appreciate it.
Tattoo shows were when we used to do the big tattoo events and the conventions. That was the environment where you knew no one was going to be confused or grossed out by your art.
Yes.
Like you're not going to get any crap comments.
Yes, in the early days before Book of Life and before Coco, Day of the Dead hadn't been seen, so people often had different responses to it. But when you do a tattoo show, you know everyone was going to know exactly what it's about and be super stoked for it. Yeah. Whether we were in Philadelphia or in Long Beach, people knew what I was doing.
They got it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was always refreshing.
And then, like, the next weekend, we would go to, like, a fancy art fair, and you'd have these horrified old women walk by the booth and just hate us so much. Hate Dave's art so much. Oh, God.
The good part was they would just feel free to tell me, which was really great.
It's wonderful when the blue hairs come up and they just stand there and talk about how horrible the art is. And how they can't imagine it being in someone's house. And you're right there. They're standing right next to you. It's
like, I'm like, oh, now your back's going to hurt.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, Ruby says, I was witness to that once in Tempe. Oh, we used to call it, Judge Me Friday.
Yeah.
Because the older ladies would come out. It was a 3-day show, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And they would come out to meet off with their little Betties, their friends, and do brunch. And they walk the art fair, and God, did they hate our booth. Poor Dave, all day Friday, he's like...
And the audacity of these purple hairs to run their yappers and talk smack as you're in my booth. So rude.
Oh, my God.
And I could handle it in those times, but I will, a couple times,
Carolyn says white people.
Yeah, exactly.
White on white crime.
Yeah.
I always say Dave deserves it. You're out there painting, this is how it goes. Too funny though. While I'm sitting inside the booth, like organizing things, whatever, and I could just see Dave's face while he's listening to these old ladies shit on him. Oh, God. So funny.
We're going to have some gray hair violence here.
Oh, Lord.
Blue hair down.
So Scott's asking, do you have Mexican heritage?
I do not. I was actually moved out here from the East Coast where I grew up, and when I first found the Day of the Dead, I was just jealous of the holiday. It was so beautiful to celebrate loved ones lost. On the East Coast, when someone died, you drank whiskey, you talked about them one night, and that was it. There wasn't like a time to remember the little intricate details, their foods, their songs, and it wasn't those kind of elements. So I really was drawn to Day of the Dead. Besides the colors and the pageantry, which are obviously amazing and really drew me in, the idea of just being able to share those details I wish I had of my relatives, the favorite foods they had, making the altars for them. It was just so inspiring. It literally gave me my course. I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to share with other people and see if they could find the same joy in the Day of the Dead that I had found.
Well, then we started going down to Mexico as often as we could for the event itself, down like to Oaxaca and Merida, and seeing how it translates, because it's very different throughout Mexico, how it's celebrated or even recognized. Back in the day, back 10, 15 years ago, you really didn't see much of it in northern Mexico. So it's strange to see it kind of evolve, and like in Spectre, wasn't it Spectre, where they had the big Day of the Dead festival in Mexico City? That didn't exist. That never happened. That big scene in Spectre, which is super cool at the beginning, that did not exist like that until after the movie came out, and then Mexico City's like, we really should be doing this. So but the deeper you get in Mexico, the more it's connected to that event. And so we went deep into like Oaxaca, down to the bottom where it kind of originated, and it's not like that. It's not big like that. It's much more community based. So it's really beautiful celebration, and it really touched us, and it's been interesting to see over the last 10, 15 years, people coming around to it and liking it in the movies and stuff. It's been like eye-opening. Yeah, Scott says, I'd love to go to the festival in Mexico. Yeah, from the time the movie came out, when they started, Mexico City started doing the event. Obviously, it doesn't look like the movie, but they felt really pressured, and like there was opportunity to do that event, and so they started kind of building it up. And we had friends that went, and liked it. I don't know, since the pandemic, I don't know how it's evolved or devolved. I'm not sure, but. Yeah, I mean, if anybody's going to do it big, it would be Mexico City. Devon is saying, come back to the Del Mar Fair. I know! Remember that? Oh, back in the day.
Back in the days.
Yep.
Oh, now that our schedule, we'll have to see.
I mean, are they even going to keep doing it? Remember, they were about every 10 years or so, they try to figure out if the Del Mar Fair will be, or the fairgrounds will be sold or not. Ruby says, miss seeing you guys at the Tempe Art Festival. I know, I miss seeing you too. I know you made it every time you could. Very busy gal. Scott is saying, have you ever painted a traditional style sugar skull painting?
Oh, for sure. I've had traditional in my paintings. I've had traditional sugar skulls. I don't think I've ever had like just a sugar skull painting. Again, when we started doing this, when it's not your culture, I've always been very conscious. I don't want to look like the word culture vulture didn't exist back then. But I always want to pay homage to and tribute to it, and not and do it justice and not poach it. So I want to make sure my work was my interpretation of Day of the Dead and different, and not some of the very traditional artwork seen, the flower faced girls, that kind of stuff. I didn't want to do that because it was already done. It was already somebody else's, and I didn't want to just poach it. So I've kind of avoided a lot of the very traditional stuff, like the traditional sugar skulls, flower faced girls, all that kind of stuff, just to keep it my vision and my interpretation.
Well, and also when you're way down deep in Mexico, like that look that's become popularized isn't really how they celebrate it.
Yeah.
It's not, or it wasn't at the time, a few years ago, it wasn't embraced like that, like the painted faces in that way necessarily. Like when you go way down deep into Mexico, like I said, it's more of kind of processions and flowers and candy. The kids are walking around trying to get candy because Halloween really melds into it, and so they kind of let the kids just dress however they want during these events. It's very cemetery based. Like they literally go to the cemeteries and set up camp, food and drink, and just all sit around grave sites of someone they've missed. And candles, and just sit there for all night, and then the next day, and then so it's really different than I think we see in movies. It's really beautiful. It's really emotional. Going to one of the very, very, very poor cemeteries where a lot of people don't have family, and so they just are cremated and put into an urn on a shelf, or they're buried in the ground. But because the ground is so hard, and this is an unknown person with no family, the grave is not deep, it's more of a mound. So you walk up through the cemetery and they're just big mounds of dirt, like body-shaped mounds, stuff like that. And then people that go there to see their family will bring extra flowers for those people who nobody will visit their grave sites, things like that. So it's really, as a visitor and a viewer, you get to see all the different ways that the Day of the Dead celebration kind of affects the community. It's very community-based. It's very sweet. People were extremely friendly and nice and wanted to share stories. And some of the people would play guitar. Like they're all sitting around this headstone and in their chairs, and they've been there camped there all day, eating, drinking, the whole thing, and playing guitar and talking. And it's really, really family oriented. It's really neat. It's a beautiful holiday. Diecast over on Instagram says hi there.
Hey, thank you, Diecast. Thanks for hanging out.
Ruby says, yeah, you're right. I grew up going to the cemetery all day, but nobody was dressed up not until the movies started coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the costumes are, when we went, there really weren't costumes. The kids were, like I said, still in their Halloween costumes, because really Day of the Dead goes on for about a week, in all honesty, if 5 or 6 days. And so they let the kids just kind of do what the kids do, and there really wasn't costuming all that much. Some people did it for fun and to be kind of quirky, but it was more of the dance, the folklorico dancers, and it was way traditional, very traditional from what we've seen. Old Town San Diego puts on a nice event where they have some of the traditional dance. Oceanside Day of the Dead has a lot of the good traditional dance and performances. And we used to go to an event up in Hollywood Forever Cemetery used to put on a huge Day of the Dead event. But that was kind of a blend, right? It was very Hollywood, very LA. And then you'd have the flip side of it being very traditional music and dance. So you kind of had both sides of it, being a party and also being kind of a solemn celebration. But any event, I think, in your area that goes on, I think it's worth seeing how they interpret it or what they do, or because there's always going to be cool music and cool food and people sharing their experiences, altars.
There's always going to be tamales somewhere at that event.
There's going to be, the food, and it's an interesting mix. It sounds like maybe like a sad or scary event, but just imagine an event where every year you get together to just celebrate that person, right? So it's not a funeral. The funeral's the funeral, but the Day of the Dead is the Remembrance Day. So it's a really cool celebration. Nice time of year. Sad Ben is saying that he's taking it slow on his motorcycle these days because a buddy of his got hit by a drunk driver.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah. I think getting rid of the regular the Cafe Racer motorcycle was probably a good idea, because I think every time we went out, we almost got hit.
Yeah. We were numerous times where we had to take evasive action. We never touched ground, but just numerous times where it just was close. And I'm riding bikes for a long time, and knock wood, I've never put one down. And you just it happens. I have a lot of friends who've gone down, and it's a reality. And with the sidecar, it's the only motorcycle I've ever had where people see me, and not only see me, they pull us over to take pictures. I mean, it's a whole thing, because I feel like they think it's the bike from Indiana Jones or something, but they really do enjoy it, and they see it. So I do enjoy that fact. I mean, I've never gotten more, thumbs ups and high fives than riding that thing, even with my awesome Cafe Racer.
We're usually seen, before someone pulls out, they see this side-by-side vehicle coming at them, so we're not getting the freaky pullouts like we used to on the Cafe Racer, because you could lane split here legally, and that kind of thing. You have people getting real close to you with their doors, and I was getting less and less comfortable for sure. Have you ever heard of Roger Klein and the Peacemakers?
Mm-mm.
No, it's a family friend of Ben's that they're from Tempe. I don't feel like we're at any events where they played. It doesn't sound familiar. Ruby's asking, do you make your paintbrushes or do you buy them?
Ruby, I purchase my paintbrushes. I have them custom made for me in the past, because I'm very, very particular, but I do purchase them.
On Instagram, you're kind of off the page.
Kind of off the page. Well, I can't go with her head over here because I'm in the way.
So middle of your head.
I know. That's what you got. Or I can read. So your options are I can move it over. The whole painting. I still got this whole section to do.
Like up?
No, over. We're not thrilled with that decision.
I don't love that. I don't know that that's going to help. Because what Instagram has is right down the middle.
Yeah. But I can slide over, or I can bring it up and then we'll try to go up and lose the top part.
No.
You're like, I don't have that idea either.
And I'm not loving the idea.
Yeah.
You could just call it. Because your big head's going to be in the way.
Big head's going to be in the way. So, yeah, 2 more minutes. Get your questions in. But are you thinking of doing tomorrow?
Maybe.
Maybe, because you got the other piece?
Yeah,
Soon. Either way, soon. Let's put a little birdie, little wait for it. The birds. The birds doing. Vultures. I love this little mountain piece in the background.
That's funny.
That's like my favorite part.
Yeah, that's cute.
Looks like a label for some kind of, salsa or beer.
Yeah.
I want to drink what this thing's selling.
Right. Whatever they're selling, I'm into it. Could be guns, could be booze, could be flowers. I don't know.
It was a lot of work to stop now, my friend.
Yeah, you finished just off camera because you can't see the dress.
I could just grab another piece and switch right to it.
If you want, yeah.
If you want to keep going?
Sure.
Look at this mid-piece change out.
Okay, we're gonna do a mid-piece change out.
Mid-piece change
So
out.
the point is that on because Instagram the camera only picks up what kind of straight middle of the painting. So while he still has the rest of the dress left, his hand and his head would be in the way the whole time. So it's kind of like, why bother? So he prepped another piece.
This is going to be a live stream for...
So he'll finish that piece offline, but we thought that would happen. And so we said, let's prep another piece. So by prepping means the red background, the kind of the squishy atmospheric background is all acrylics, layers of acrylics. And then all of the coloration on the people, the little earth mover, all of that is gouache. And then right now he'll go in and do the line work. And so we prepped it already, did the background painting, did the gouache underpainting, and now can just do the line work, which is way more fun to watch anyway. It is not fun to watch the backgrounds. It's like watching a little kid play with mud pies. It's just like splatter. And then
mud pies.
That's what it looks like to me.
That's not a great explanation.
Everywhere. This is why he has his own studio, because like you're gonna ruin the floors of any nice place.
All right, so we'll do the earth mover guy here.
Yeah. And the front of the earth mover or the crane, the girl. If you pull back a little bit, you can see the whole thing.
You don't see the whole thing right now?
No, it's a little off on Instagram.
Let me pull back.
You would need to go back like 2 steps. Yeah. Stop right there and let me check it out. Sorry, there's a 10-second delay, so let me...
Because of my profanity.
No, well, yeah, I should believe you.
And nudity.
Then says you're like an old grandma playing with your grits.
My grits?
Your grits. So I'd pull it back a little bit more, just a smidge old, because she's cut off and his earth mover's cut off.
Like how much?
Let's do that.
Good to go?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. You got two paintings for one.
Just to keep it interesting. He can paint the boring stuff offline. Nobody needs to see that. If I'm sitting here, I want to be entertained. Entertain me.
Are you not entertained? If you're going to tune in and go, wait, this isn't what the thumbnail said.
What
kind of Western thing is this?
Yeah.
All right.
And what's that falling? Is that a measuring tape?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was she measuring?
I'm not answering any questions.
No. All right.
How big his heart is. I think Earth Mover is probably the best out of the way place. Look at those TikTok guys with the magic gold carpet.
I don't know.
The guys who do the magic on TikTok?
Uh-huh.
I feel like I just pulled one of those.
Oh, but really slowly.
Without Celine Dion playing.
But extremely slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Is it about the same size?
Yep.
This piece is the same
Same
shape?
size. Mm-hmm.
Okay. should change the music from happy guitar to something else.
You may have to. I'm not in charge of
Oh
that.
my god. Oh my god, my god. Ben says, didn't they ever teach you to keep it in the lines? You're making the lines.
I am the lines.
Adrian says you're the best. Well, if you like heavy machinery, this piece is for you. We always have somebody who pops on and he's dying for Dave to do a paint a semi truck, an 18-wheeler. So he's probably gonna see this and be like, "What the hell? You couldn't just."
There's like 18 wheels in there somewhere.
You're doing machinery. You couldn't just do the 18-wheeler.
And I wouldn't use this as a schematic to build your own excavator.
I don't feel like this is OSHA approved.
Yeah.
This is dangerous. Madeline says this is so cool.
Thank you, Madeline. This is how you adjust on the fly.
Tina's like, oh, I might want this one. Little do you know, this is the second painting of the night.
Oh yeah, if you're new, you've missed out. Due to an unforeseen camera situation.
A bald head situation.
Yes.
Deb Howard says, go lefty. Don't encourage him.
Exactly.
Don't encourage. He thinks he's special already. Ben saying, how is the shipping department doing?
They are good. They are down at the house.
They're so bored with us.
Yeah.
It's been raining on and off for like 3 weeks. They're just done. Done. The one and only Mrs. Lord over on Instagram says that's just really nice.
Thank you.
Ben says, hey, I'm a lefty. All the lefties come out of the woodworks now. All the lefties will have something to say.
I'm gonna say,
How life is treated.
we've overcome so much. I did rent a giant backhoe for the reference photo to draw this, just to make sure I got it right.
Is that a write-off?
I want the backhoe guys coming after me.
They're like, this is not how this works.
Dude, this doesn't work like that at all.
This isn't how anything works.
I don't know where your backhoe reference came from, sir, but that is not correct. I don't know what those bolts hold.
I don't know.
I don't know what it was. Very important.
I'm fascinated by the machinery here.
Yeah.
It's all ball bearings.
What that panel does.
Where do you get replacement parts for this?
Yeah. My head out of the way?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what your deal with was the last painting. Now Ben's getting sassy. Says it looks like my 3rd grade art project of what I want to be when I grow up. Ben, I tell you what.
I'm gonna paint a Band-Aid, Ben.
I'm gonna get an airsoft in your face.
Okay, I'm gonna have to make a line that's gonna be in the way of the camera.
What?
It's a big horizontal or vertical lines.
Well, I'm curious why you're working so low. You've got to work on.
You don't.
Oh my God.
Science.
What have you done?
This right here. This line.
You're gonna paint yourself in the corner.
Just gonna make that line.
Feel better?
Yep. That was the tough one. That was the in the way line.
So you really should move to her.
Well, no, now it's wet. My hand can't go there.
Know.
We're doing him.
Okay, do him. Unbelievable. What in the world? I'm so proud of you how you managed your.
No, that was always the plan.
Stage. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna have 2 half-finished paintings. Next is, where does this line go? I feel like it should be slightly inset to there. I'm gonna put a bolt to hold things there, a bolt to hold things there.
Tina's asking, how can I buy it? Shoot Dave a message. If you're on Facebook, you can shoot it on Facebook. I'm gonna give you the details. The details.
this all in here. I am aware of the head being there. We could try the GoPro on the forehead, but
Ben says he's heading to work now. See you.
Going to the job, Ben. Thank you for hanging out, man. Keep rubber side down.
Scott is asking if you have any tattoos and would you get any of your own work on you?
I have any tattoos? Scott, I do not have any tattoos because I am amazingly anal. And besides not being able to decide something I want to keep on my work forever, I...
Say it.
What?
You're a needle sissy.
Oh yeah, that's like the third part.
Okay.
Complete needle sissy. But for the art part of it, there's nothing I love enough of the work, because my work's constantly evolving, so I don't have anything I would want forever because there's so many new things coming out of my head. So, but I hide behind, I am a needle sissy, so that kind of gives me an easy way to get out of that.
Say you're a needle sissy.
Yeah.
So you move your head or move the cam a little bit.
Move the head or move the cam. Plus, I'm also worried, just adding to the reasons why I know, I'm so anal, and if someone else was to tattoo my artwork, and it was something, just
that's a weird thing to think about.
Yeah,
right?
something.
Somebody else doing your artwork, they're reproducing your art. They're not in any way going to get the exact. You know, the lines, right?
Yeah.
Close, but not exact.
Which would make me nuts.
Yeah, that's funny. I hadn't thought of that. You're like, if I could tattoo myself, perhaps.
Yeah, I guarantee, but otherwise.
Huh, that's funny.
It's all just reasons and excuses that I find to not do
A lot of
it.
reasons.
get in the way and just do his face real quick. Trying to avoid the camera, but it's a little. I just said I was going to be in the way.
But you just need to know.
Fill those in and I can get out of the way.
Out of the way.
Should he have scruff too?
I don't know. I don't know what kind of operator he is. I know that I'm ready for dinner. Been eating caramels over here.
All right, everybody get your questions in because this is coming to an end now.
This is going badly. Ready for dinner.
Yeah, we'll doing this again soon. I want to thank everybody for hanging out. We're going to do more of these because I do enjoy these. It's fun to share the work. So again, feel free to, any questions, feel free to reply to the post. Thank you for hanging out on whatever stream you're following us on. Much appreciated. We'll be back soon. So till then, thank you guys. Take care. Be safe.